Alrighty, so now things are starting to make a little more sense. So this is the correct screw and screw head, but it has been stripped out before. That's why it was so difficult for me to even remove by hand, and I really had to put a lot of pressure to get it to bite. That's probably what happened, is either during manufacturing or at some point at the dealership before I purchased it, they had tried to fix something here, and somebody had stripped the screw, and they thought, well, if it doesn't sit all the way, let's go ahead and just glue it in place. Now, this is a Phillips head. And this is a common thing that can happen to you when you're dealing with Phillips heads, because they don't usually bite or fit very well unless you put the exact correct size bit. And yes, there are many, many different types of Phillips and GIS bits, so don't get them twisted and confused, because you will round your shit out just like that. But it's an easy fix, because again, I'm all about teaching you how to overcome. So if you have a Phillips head that is stripped up like this, take a quick look and look at that design there. What do you see? Well, it looks awfully like a square. And that's what we're going to do next. So I found a square bit, one that's going to fit just barely in there, so you have to put a little bit of pressure in there. And this will actually bite the head of this thing enough to be able to remove it the rest of the way without rounding it out totally. Let's go ahead and do that next. Get it really firmly in there. Make sure she bites. Pressure, and just very slow. You can kind of see what the process is here. And if that doesn't work, you can always get a star bit, and that will bite just as well, but you may have to kind of pound it in there. But anyway, I'm going to replace the hardware with a different screw, because I don't like the fact that that's all rounded up and stripped. I'm not going to put that back into place there. This is a real-life scenario that you're going to run into, whether you have 50 years of experience or 50 seconds of experience, especially when you're digging into a project for the first time that maybe somebody else has put their hands into. Fortunately, we're able to remove it enough using our tricks to be able to get the head and most of the threading out. Another thing you could do, instead of drilling this out and trying to put in a screw remover, which 50% of the time doesn't even work, we're going to go ahead and just grab it with a pair of pliers and just manually twist it out. Because anyway, again, we're just going to remove this piece and replace it all together. And there she comes. Just get her out. Bada bing, bada bang. That's what this channel is all about. I want to show you guys the job in real time and the actual things that I encounter. Now, likely this will be more in the long form video where I show more of these details, so please check that out. I'll show you every single detail, every single trouble I've had, and everything I've done using my experience to overcome, so that way when you happen to come across a similar situation, you have some ideas in your toolkit. Let's go ahead and pull this panel off and inspect the switch.